Have you ever pondered how the aftermath of World War II shaped the political and military landscape in Vietnam? It was a time of monumental change and upheaval, a period that saw the old order crumble and new powers emerge from the ashes. In the wake of Japan's surrender in the summer of 1945, a political vacuum formed in Vietnam. The Japanese, who had ousted the French colonial forces during the war, were now gone, leaving a power void that was quickly filled by the rise of Ho Chi Minh and the Viet Minh, a coalition of nationalist groups. Seizing the moment, they declared Vietnam's independence, hoping to shape the country's destiny before the French could reassert their control. However, the French were not willing to let go of their former colony so easily, and so the stage was set for a clash of wills. A new era was dawning in Vietnam, one fraught with uncertainty and ripe for change. Against this backdrop, a new figure emerged who would change the course of Vietnam's history, Vo Nguyen Giap. Born into a family with a strong tradition of resistance, Giap was a self-taught military strategist. He rose from obscurity to become the architect of Vietnam's independence. Giap was a force to be reckoned with, his intellect and charisma propelling him to the forefront of the anti-colonial struggle. In the aftermath of World War II, Giap and Ho Chi Minh formed the Viet Minh, a nationalist movement seeking to rid Vietnam of foreign rule. The Viet Minh started as a ragtag group of fighters, but under Giap's leadership it quickly transformed into a formidable military force. The foundation of their strength lay not in numbers or weaponry, but in their commitment to a cause and their unwavering resolve. Giap's strategy was one of guerrilla warfare, a tactic that harnessed the power of the people and the landscape. He understood the limitations of his forces and knew they could not face the French in traditional warfare. Instead, Giap focused on small, swift attacks aimed at demoralizing the enemy and gradually wearing them down. He trained his forces to move with stealth and speed, to strike hard and fast, then melt back into the jungle. This, coupled with the Viet Minh's detailed knowledge of the terrain and the support of the local population, gave them a distinct advantage. Giap also understood the importance of psychological warfare. He sought to undermine the French's confidence, to make them question their mission and their resolve. He used propaganda to bolster the morale of his own troops and to win the support of the Vietnamese people. His strategies were innovative and daring, and they began to yield results. The Viet Minh's victories against the French were not only military successes but also significant psychological blows, shaking the confidence of a colonial power that had long considered itself invincible. Giap's unconventional warfare tactics were beginning to take shape, strategies that would ultimately challenge a vastly superior French army. The stage was set for one of the most significant battles in modern history, Dien Bien Phu. In the remote northwest corner of Vietnam, General Giap, a man of strategic brilliance, orchestrated a battle that would alter the course of history. The French, confident in their superior firepower, found themselves gravely mistaken as Giap's guerrilla warfare tactics turned the tables. Giap's strategy was simple yet effective. He starved the French of their resources, cutting off their supply lines with relentless attacks. His troops, well acclimated to the rough terrain, moved artillery pieces up steep hills, a feat the French believed impossible. This allowed the Viet Minh to rain down a barrage of fire on the French positions, effectively turning Dien Bien Phu into a death trap. The battle raged on for 55 grueling days, ultimately culminating in a resounding Vietnamese victory. The victory at Dien Bien Phu marked the end of French colonial rule in Indochina and the start of a new chapter for Vietnam. So what made General Giap's victory so significant? And how does it resonate in today's world? Let's delve into the legacy left behind by this remarkable figure. General Giap's triumph over the French was a watershed moment for Vietnam, bringing to the fore the indomitable spirit of its people and their resolve to secure independence. This victory also sent shockwaves around the world, altering the dynamics of power and reshaping geopolitics. The lessons gleaned from Giap's strategic brilliance continue to be studied in military academies worldwide. His innovative tactics, underpinned by a deep understanding of his enemy and the terrain, signified a new era in asymmetric warfare. Giap demonstrated that a smaller, less equipped force, when driven by a strong cause and led by a savvy commander, could overcome a larger, technologically superior enemy. Giap's victory remains a testament to the power of strategy and determination, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds.